Welcome back to my channel. As you see by the title, this is the first episode of a new series I'm starting here on my channel called Into My Feminine Era. Okay, this series is deep diving into my inner feminine energy and my exterior feminine appearance, just little things like that. This series is going to be about us learning about our femininity, because I feel like that could look like something different for each person. And it's also going to be just growing together, because it's not something that can happen overnight, and it's not something that's going to just happen after this one video. No, because it takes time to change, because you might do it good for like a week or two and then you backtrack. I'm good for that. So these videos are just here to keep me accountable, keep you accountable, and just go on this journey together as we, bring 2024 to an end. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and watch the entire video. Set the tone for you, your safe space, whatever that looks like for you. I'm just recording in the car because I like the natural light and it's quiet. No disruptions, nothing. But yeah, set your tone. If that's lighting some candles, LED light, a little vibe, instrumental or music, whatever that looks like for you, just set that tone. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe again. And let's get right into it.
She tried to take me no in this cat, nigga can't even see me on wind. She tried to fly, nigga in this cat. She tried to fly me no way out of here. She tried to fly, nigga can't even see.
So this video, we're gonna touch on a few topics. I have my notes here because I want to make sure, everything makes sense. So in this video, we're gonna definitely be talking about our goals for 2025. We're going to be talking about what we worked on well in 2025 that we want to bring in 2024, that we want to bring into 2025, what we necessarily did not like that we did this year and we want to leave it in 2024, and we want to see, just figure out, we want to go into the new year and either in the process of figuring out what's our purpose and what's the reason for everything that we're doing. So in this video, it's just gonna be, you might not figure it out by the end of this video, but it's a good start just to sit down and start thinking about what your purpose is in life. And then also, some lessons that we learned, maybe some things we did that we didn't like, some situations that might have happened that, makes you want to go on this journey to unlock that feminine energy that I believe each and every one of us have. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna do a reflection of our 2024 year. How did this year go for you? How did it go for you? Was it a challenging year? Was it the feeling of the best year you ever had? For me personally, 2024 was a year that I really tried to work on myself. I always try to work on myself, but sometimes, more than other times. But this year I really wanted to work on myself. I wanted to focus on my goals while still having fun, engaging with family and friends. One thing I learned this year, which I said, I believe that it's 12 months in a year, but there's different seasons in your year. So for instance, these last few months for me has been kind of I called it my push through chapter. I'm very tired of school right now. I wouldn't even lie to you. All jokes aside, I'm tired of school. At this moment, I feel like I need a break, because we've been going straight for 6 months, no break, and I'm tired. But yeah, for me, I've been calling it my push through season, because I want to just push through, finish strong. I've learned that you know, it's not motivation, it's more so discipline, because there's been time that I don't want to do something and I'm not feeling motivated. Like, you know, as females, we have just different feelings, like especially like for me when I'm like on my cycle, it's like it could be like a up and down even before I get my cycle. It's so weird because this happened to me multiple times this year, and I had to take a step back, because it's like, okay, I will be really highly motivated doing everything I'm doing, and in the span of a day or two my energy just gets low, and it's like I still have to do what I need to do, but it's just like I'm dragging. So I just learned to kind of push through. I learned to just keep going, and I just learned to really be tunnel vision on my goals. And me being tunnel vision does not mean I'm not gonna give, you know, energy to other things in my life, but it just, you know, just lets me remember what's my focus, where I'm trying to go. And yeah, so yeah, so that's one thing I've you know, just learned from this year. I've also I'm still learning this, but I've been working on my responses to people. The way I, you know, just the way I say stuff can come off very blunt and rude at times, even though I don't mean it. You know, it's all about perception. So I might not mean it one way, but it doesn't matter if somebody's able to take it, you know, a whole other way. So that's something I've been really working on, just trying to be nicer to people. But I'm sorry, I'm leaving that in 2024. I cannot do it, and I don't think I need to do it. I will continue to work on how I respond or my facial expressions and stuff like that, but I will not continue to be nice to these people, because the nicer you are to people is like the more they want, the more they take, the more they think they could get funny with you. And it's like I've let, like this year I really held my tongue, and that's not for me, because it just leaves me afterwards like thinking about it like I just let some shit slide. That's not for me. Like, it's, I realized in the midst of that I did learn how better it felt not to always say something, because you're not in the middle of anything. No one has no feelings about you, and if it's any feelings they have, it's because you didn't say nothing, and I'm cool with that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I have to find that balance of, you know, just thinking about what I'm gonna say before I say it, and understanding I don't always have to give my input, give my opinion, give my advice, keep my advice for myself. Okay, I don't always have to do that, but at the same time, you know, you do it when it's necessary, you do it when it's needed. And I don't have to overly give myself to, man, I don't have to overly make myself available for other people, because it's draining. It is so draining. And it's like, I'm the type of person, I don't like really asking anyone for anything really. So it's like when I do, it's because like I'm really, you know, in need or something like that, for advice or whatever the case may be. But I just want to, that's something I overly did this year. I feel like I was overly nice, and I don't like it. I don't like it. And I don't think I'll be bringing that into 2025. I'm going to be a kind person that I am, but I'm not going to be a nice person. I feel like there's a difference. Nice don't get you nowhere. Kind, you always be kind. That's who I am. I'm always going to look like, you know, help whenever I can, do what I can, but I'm done putting myself out of the way. Because guess what? The next person is not doing it for you. And I always like to treat people how I want to be treated, but that doesn't work, because people are not going to treat you how you want to be treated, because they might not have that same mindset. And you know, so I just have to learn to treat people appropriately. How they act is how they're gonna get treated. The energy they give me is the energy is gonna be reciprocated. You get what I'm saying? yeah, so that's just a small reflection. So I say, like, reflect to yourself. Like, you see I'm sitting here talking to y'all. Talk to yourself. Talk to a best friend or something about, or write, journal on stuff that, how your year went, stuff you want to leave, stuff that's been good. Yeah. Okay. So what are we leaving behind in 2024? I kind of touched on that. Here are a few things I'm leaving behind. Excuse me. The niceness. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving. Hold on. I'm leaving the niceness in 2024. It's not for me. I'm kind, but I'm not going to be nice. 2, I want to leave self-doubt in 2024, which is something that could be hard, but it don't matter. I'm going to work on it. Because self-doubt, I feel like, me personally, and a lot of people are like this, is like other people aren't your downfall. It be that self-sabotage that we do to ourselves unintentionally. Like, we get in our own heads. We think we can't do this. We compare ourselves to other people. I'm not a big fan of comparing myself to other people. I don't do that. I don't like that, because I feel like it's like putting yourself into a hole that can be hard to get out of. So I really don't like to compare myself to other people. I don't know if, ow, my toe. I don't know if it looks weird because the sun is here. Should I try to reposition? Or should I go? Okay, yeah. I just rather fix it than be kind of pissed about it after the video. But yeah, self-doubt. I definitely want to leave self-doubt in 2024. Even though I feel like this year I didn't really doubt myself on anything that much. I'm sorry. I'm not even tired. I don't know why I do that. It's very annoying. But yeah, self-doubt. I want to leave self-doubt in 2024. Another thing I like to leave in 2024 is like being so shy. Sometimes I could get in my head and be like really shy. Like, I'm not an extrovert, I'm not an introvert, but I'm like in the middle. And sometimes it's like, even just as an example, if I'm in like a very public setting and I want to do or say something, it's like I'm in my head like, oh, in my head I'm like, say it, but the words don't come out. So I've been working on making myself a little uncomfortable, just to get used to that, doing things that makes me uncomfortable. So I want to leave being shy in 2024 for sure, because you can miss out on so much opportunities, so many connections, just because you didn't start that conversation or approach that person. And we don't want to miss out on any opportunities. We want to seize every moment, right? Okay, so, and that's just a few for me. In the comment section, just leave anything that you want to leave, that you noticed about yourself and would like to leave in 2024. Because we're not bringing, if it's not good if it's not for us, if it's not meant for us, we're not bringing it into the new year at all. This is not no new year, new me. This is actually something we want to bring forth throughout the rest of our lives. So I feel like when it comes to truly working on yourself, you have to take the time. It's not nothing that happens overnight. So yes, we say we're leaving it in 2024, but it might come up here and there. But it's when it comes up in a moment and you see you're doing that thing, we want to just do opposite of what we want to, leave in 2020. Finding your purpose. So this is something that some people find earlier in life, some people find later in life, something that might change after a certain period of time. But finding your purpose, what does that look like for you? I feel like your purpose and your inner femininity is something that goes side by side, and it's something that I had to really sit down. I didn't do this year, but I did it the year before. I sat down and I had to see what is my purpose in life, and maybe still haven't fully figured out what it is, but I figured out enough to help me, you know, push on and make a decision in what I wanted to do with my life. So when I wanted to figure out what my purpose was, I sat down and I really just thought about like my character traits, like the type of person I am, like what I like to do for others, what I want my life to look like. These are some things you can sit down and think about. You know, just like what does your life look like to you? Why what's that, you know, what's that why? And I feel like you need to know that purpose or that why, because when you lose that motivation, you think back to that and it's just like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm here. Right? And hold on. People. Anyways, I know why I'm here. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, find that purpose. For me, I always kind of felt like my purpose was helping others. And I feel like you could have multiple purpose in life. For me, one of my purpose was definitely helping others. I always wanted to do something that was meaningful, that wasn't just, you know, about self, because I always just want to help people who are just not as fortunate as me, because there's always someone out there who wants to be where you're at, even if you're not like seeing, even if you feel like the situation you're in is not where you want to be, there's someone else that's in a worse off situation that's like wishing they could be where you are. So it's just sometimes we just need to self-reflect and just be thankful and be grateful for the point that we're at. So I would say just find your purpose and everything else will be just that much easier. And I'm not even kidding. Once I found my purpose, it just made it so much easier. And I'm not gonna lie, it was hard because some people have personalities where they're good at so many things. And I don't feel like I'm that person that is just good at, like, have many talents. I feel like my talent is my personality. And why I say my personality, it's because like I'm not as good at one thing. I could be good at anything if I really try. But my personality, because I just know how to, you know, just communicate with people, connect with people. I know how to, you know, give advice. I'm very good at giving advice. I think I give very good advice. So like I just like to help others, honestly. But I think, you see, okay, and this is a point I want to make. I figured out and I thought that's my purpose, right? Helping others, doing for others. But you also can't overdo for others, because it's humans we're talking about. They take advantage of you. It's just like plain simple. People are going to take advantage if they're seeing you a certain way. So you just have to find your middle. And that's something I need to work on for the new year. Finding my middle ground where I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel used. I don't feel, you know, I just feel like I'm doing the right amount for certain people. And what I realize is I'm going to move accordingly and treating people how they show me they want to be treated. That right there, not treating them how I want to be treated. I'm gonna treat them how they present themselves to me. Okay, that's how you want to be treated. Okay, boom. That's how you treat me. Okay, boom. Nah, I'm not. Not no more. Not no more. Anyways, that's just an ick of mine, a pet peeve. When people constantly ask me questions about stuff and we have the same information for the answer, it's like, if I can read it, why can't you? And the first time, okay, cool. But repeatedly, it's like, come on. Yeah, so just to tie that all back together, when it comes to finding your purpose, I think you should just, I watched like videos on YouTube to help me, like those motivational speaking, educational type videos to help me. But I think you should just sit down and really think like what brings you fulfillment in your life, what brings joy to you, what truly just makes you happy, and not thinking about what other people think, because who cares about what other people think? Honestly, who really cares? Like, yeah, so that's just the biggest part. I feel like before anything else, we need to figure out what our purpose is. And once you figure out what your purpose is, once you figure out what your purpose is, I promise you everything else is just gonna slowly unfold. Everything else. What are we bringing into 2025? Okay, I'll go first. What do I want to bring into 2025? There's this little thing I started doing, right? Sometimes I feel like I have social anxiety, which I did not feel like I had before COVID, but I feel like I developed it. So, but something I started doing, which I want to bring into 2025, is like, it's like this. I have this thought in my head. Like, I always think about what people are thinking. And that is very toxic to self, because we make stuff up. Like, my brain, I could make anything up and it's not true, and I believe it. So I started doing this thing where if I'm out and I'm like, oh, these people are looking at me, these people are thinking such and such, I think to myself, I like literally, I'll be shaking my head, like snap out of it kind of thing. Like, wait, these people, even if I think about what I do, if I'm looking at somebody and I have a thought about them, it goes away in 3 seconds. So I tell myself, girl, why are you even worried about that? They don't even know you. They're gonna forget about you in 3 seconds. Like, don't worry about what other people are thinking. Who cares? Who cares? You don't know them. People literally give this image, this perception of themselves that is only this much true half the time. Or it's just a self that they want to be, but they're not. So not even to talk about other people, but just the fact, like, don't worry about what nobody else got going on, what nobody else think about what you're doing, because at the end of the day, what that got to do with you? Half the time people wish they could do what you're doing either way. Even if they don't, they're like, or they're thinking something positive, but our minds automatically go to negative more times than none. So that's something I definitely want to bring into 2025. I want to also bring like just this drive I have. I want to keep going. I see my goals. I see myself reaching my goals. I want to bring that to 2025, because 2025, I feel like it's just about continuing to build on everything I was doing this year. Like, it's not about, I feel like I've been setting myself up. It's not about saying new year, new me, because it's not a new me. I already put it on building blocks. It's just about working a little bit harder, twice as hard. I'm already found a blueprint for myself. I just want to build. And it's okay if you're in your season of your life where you're just finding the blueprint, or you're just sitting down to create the blueprint. That's fine, because yes, we're getting older, but it's okay not to know what you want out of life. It's okay. Half the time, people who are in their lives are just later in their lives are just figuring out what they want to do with themselves anyways. So some of us who are fortunate enough to figure it out at this age, I feel like that's a blessing within itself. So that's just, a few things that I want to, obviously I'm not going to tell y'all everything I want to bring to the new year, because I also believe in, keeping stuff to yourself. That's something I want to bring into the new year. I could talk. I could yap not to people I don't know, but sometimes I believe we have to talk to ourselves, talk to God, Like, you know, we don't need to share everything with everyone. They could just see it. That's it, you know. Just move in silence. Honestly, I want to bring that to 2025, even though it's something that I kind of already do. I want to just continue to move in silence, continue to surprise others, continue to surprise myself, because I've honestly surprised myself this year, and it showed me how much I'm actually capable of, and I'm capable of so much more. But yeah, just leave in the comment one thing that you're taking into 2025 with you, that you've learned from 2024, or that you've just been consistent with. So that's all we're gonna talk about on the first episode of Into Your Feminine Era, called Inner Femininity. I just feel like before we jump into being feminine on the outside, we need to figure out what our purpose is, reflect on our year, set our goals for the new year, and just figure out what worked for us this year and what didn't, so we can make that adjustment. Now is the time before we hit January 1st. We have to have the plan before the new year, or we're just going to be busy with life, busy with work, and just forget about something we're trying to work on. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. I want you guys to just stay positive and just know that you're not too old, and it's okay if you feel stuck. It's okay if you're in a slump right now. It's okay if 2024 was not your year. But I need you to start, you know how you hype yourself up? You need to hype yourself up for this new year. You need to tell yourself that this is your year, but it's okay. It's one thing to tell yourself, but you have to sit down and actually deep think about, why is this your year? What do you want out of your life? What did you do that didn't work, and what are you gonna do different? You know, just manifest, and manifestation works. Just give yourself those daily affirmations. Follow people on social media that exude something that you want to be. You don't have to follow people that is doing the same thing as you. Follow people that are doing something that you want to do, that you haven't reached there yet. And yeah, that's really all this episode was about. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and just leave in the description, leave in the comment section one thing that you want to work on this year, upcoming year, or one thing you've worked on that you mastered and you're going to bring to the new year. You know, anything, any thoughts, any questions that you have for me, any suggestions on what you'd like to see from this series. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.
She tried to take me no in this cat, nigga can't even see me on winch cat. She tried to flight, nigga in this cat. She tried to fly, run away out of here.